All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We got some orders to ship out. Yesterday was a really, really good day in sales. If you see the title of this live, you'll see sales just took off yesterday for some reason. I don't know why. We actually been listing less items per day. We've only been doing 10 items per day, and our sales have been really good. So summer slowdown for us is officially over, which is great. Moving some product out. I have 17 eBay orders from yesterday. I have 3 Poshmark, 1 Depop, 1 Mercari. Every single platform was hitting, which is great. So we're gonna ship all of those out on live together, show you guys all that sold. It's gonna kind of be like a weekend shipping live almost because how good sales were yesterday. So feel free to hang out, ask some questions. Let me know what sold for you guys yesterday. Make sure you like the live. If you're watching on replay, make sure you say replay down in the chat so I know you came and watched the replay. What's up, Blended? What's up, Sierra? Welcome in. But yeah, lots of good sales going out. Lots of older listings too, which is great. Moving a lot of our older stuff. Also too, we have Whatnot show today. If you're watching this on the 19th, we have a Whatnot show today at 12 p.m. So literally an hour and a half from now, we're going to be doing a Whatnot show. So come out. I don't expect a huge crowd on that show. It is a clear out show. We're just basically clearing out a bunch of inventory that we're kind of just sitting on so we don't have to move it. So you guys will be able to get good deals on that stuff, and then we don't have to move it. So that's the purpose of those shows. I was going to try to do 2 this week, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get a second one done because we do have appraisals and inspections and all that stuff this week. So most likely I'll have to wait till next week to do 2 shows per week, but that's okay. Maybe even do 3 shows next week to try to clear out a bunch of stuff. What's up, Zach? What's up, Running? Welcome in. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Poshmark orders first, and we'll start with a little tie sale. This is a men's, what's up, Lily? This is a men's Vineyard Vines dragonfly tie. You can see that dragonfly print all the way through. What did I sell this for? I don't even have Nifty open. Hold on. Open up Nifty. Let me see my sales. Dashboard. Oh, analytics. I clicked on the wrong thing. Vineyard Vines dragon print tie. This one sold for 21 bucks over on Poshmark. So nice little bread and butter sale. That's the second. I sold one of these yesterday and sold another one today. So 2 Vineyard Vines ties going out. What's up, Danny? Great day on Posh. 9 sales. Let's go. Yeah, sales were good yesterday. Like I said, I had 17 on eBay alone yesterday. 3 on Posh, 1 Depop, 1 Mercari. So what is that? 22 orders for a Monday? 22 orders is like unheard of. That's like, yeah, I haven't probably seen 22 orders on a Monday for like at least a year plus. So it's been a good little stretch of sales. Had 5 sales on the whole weekend and 4 just in the day yesterday. There you go. Yeah, everybody's having good success. Maybe people were out shopping yesterday. I don't know why they would be. A lot of people be out shopping on a Monday, but I don't know. I'll take it. I think you guys will too. Next up, we got a Southern Tide men's shirt. Let me see if I can find it in here. I don't know if it's updated in here yet because I just accepted this offer a little bit ago. Yeah, it's not in here yet. But this that's not Vineyard Vines. Southern Tide shirt. This one sold for $35. It's brand new with tags. I've been sitting on this one for a little bit. I think I paid $20 for this at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I took a best offer just to get it to move. Just got grandson off for the first day of school. Let's go. Out for the first day. Joey has his first day in the upcoming years. What's up, AC? Welcome in. Appreciate everybody hopping on in today. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. It's a good time to ask. Or just hang out to see what's sold, chat amongst each other. It's a cool little way for resellers to hang out and you guys get your questions from me answered. That one's shipped. Again, this is going into a Tyvek envelope. I know a lot of people are probably like, why isn't that going ground advantage? It's because it's a Poshmark, which means it's a priority mail label. So you can use any of the free priority mail packaging from the post office, including flat rate. You can even use flat rate packaging for these type of orders. So I opt to use the Tyvek envelopes. Those are like my favorite envelope to use. You can also use the padded. I just feel like the padded is like a waste of material because you don't really need to pad things like that. So I only choose to use padded if I need to. Other than that, I use the regular Tyvek envelopes for my orders. And next up was a really good sale from yesterday. I forget where I bought this. I know I got it off a Whatnot show, but I forget which user I bought this off Whatnot. But the NFL season is right around the corner, so it makes sense that this New York Giants Reebok old school jacket sold. You can see that old Reebok, if I can show it. old Reebok tag right there. I got this on somebody's Whatnot show. Remember, I didn't pay much for this at all because there was a stain on the front, like right here. And I ended up washing this and it came right out. It looked like it was a surface stain. The person I bought this off of was like it was like a pallet puller. So they pull a bunch of like pre-owned stuff out of pallets and they don't wash any of it. So when they pulled this out of the pallet, they're like, oh, this has a small stain on it. And then nobody bid on it. It was like 2 months ago. Nobody bid on it but me. I think I got it for like 10 bucks or something like that. And this sold for $75 over on Poshmark. I also got a pair of Viore shorts from them too, from the same show. So I forget who it was though. I can kind of picture who they are, but I can't remember the name of them. Otherwise, I'd give it to you guys. This is going to go into a large priority box. If I can get one out of here, it's all stuck behind here. It's going to go into a large priority box. Like I said, with Poshmark, you can use any of the free USPS supplies. That includes these boxes as well. As long as the item's under 5 pounds, which this should easily be under 5 pounds, it'll ship out with the Poshmark label. And the buyer gets a really good deal on shipping because if you bought this on eBay, they'd probably be charged like $15 for shipping. And with Poshmark, they only get charged just under 10. So they get a little good deal on shipping for that one. I'm not going to put this in any kind of bag or anything. Don't really need to. It pretty much will fit right into the box just like that. And then you just seal her up and ship it out. All right, that one's done. Do you prefer Posh over eBay? No, I prefer eBay over Posh. Posh it doesn't even come close to my eBay sales. Like I said yesterday, this morning we're shipping out. It's a good question though. This morning we're shipping out 17 eBay orders and 3 Poshmark orders. So you can tell the difference between the two. What's up, Amy? What's up, Thrifty Goose? We got everybody in here. Welcome in, everybody. All right, next up we got a pair of Page Federal jeans. These are men's Page jeans. I don't really pick up women's Page jeans because women's Page jeans don't sell nearly as well as men's. Just picked these up, just listed these. These sold over on Depop, full asking price, $27.99 for these. Nice little sale. Again, Page jeans, men's Page jeans, not women's. Don't just listen to the name. You got to listen to everything that goes along with it because the women's just sit. I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 styles that sell well, but I typically just pass on all Page women's pieces and just focus on the men's. The key with Page jeans though is to check around the crotch area because sometimes they get puckering, kind of like the mother jeans that I posted from that other user like a couple days ago when I reviewed their store on Facebook and Instagram. The puckering around the crotch area just means that they've been overworn and the area is stretched. So you can't really sell those. They're going to be really hard to sell. Started using Nifty. It's rejuvenated my reselling. Currently selling on Poshmark and Mercari, thinking of taking the leap on eBay. You should. Using Nifty, it'll be really easy to move your stuff over. Like I said yesterday, 17 orders on eBay and 3 on Poshmark. So I think moving your stuff over to eBay, you're going to get even more sales, and then Nifty will pay for itself even more. But nice to hear that it's working for you, even without you using it on eBay yet. But like I said, I think eBay is the move for you. If you've already started seeing success on those other platforms, you're going to see a lot of success on eBay, tons of success. I'm going to plug in my phone really quick because my phone was dead, and I got to make sure it has enough battery for the Whatnot show later. All right, last sale. This is a North Face jacket. The only issue with this North Face jacket was there was a small stain on it. So I had to put that into the listing, and this sold over on Mercari for, I think it was $19. So not a huge sale right there. Again, had a stain, and this has been listed forever. This is number 1702, which means this thing has been listed for probably at least a year. So glad to see it gone. Glad to see it out the door. Do you buy mountain khakis? It depends. Like mountain khakis, the last mountain khakis piece I sold was actually a vest, Ralph. It was like one of those Sherpa vests. Sherpa, not shearling. That was the last mountain khakis piece. I don't buy mountain khakis like khaki pants and just regular dress shirts unless they're like super discounted at the thrift store, and I'm gonna move those for like $17.99 to $19.99 plus ship. So they got to be really discounted, like a bread and butter flip. But there's always caveats that, like I said, if you get like a vest, Sherpa lined, those will sell for way more. So what's up, Debbie? Welcome in. All right, eBay orders. All the rest today are going to be eBay orders. So hang out. We got a lot to ship out for eBay. First sale is a men's Ralph Lauren shirt. Just a simple men's Ralph Lauren men's size small striped green shirt. Nothing crazy about this. Little bread and butter sale. This one sold for $22.99 plus ship. Are you finding that nifty is delisting and relisting newer things? I'm afraid of doing that on newer items and the ones that people have liked, and then it goes away for them. Does it make sense? Yeah, that does make sense, Joy. What I'll say about this is if somebody liked your item a month ago and they haven't bought it yet, for you to keep that like on there doesn't make any sense. That's what I'll say. If somebody just liked it, I can see the argument with that. It's like, oh, somebody just liked it. Maybe they were going to come back to it and nifty relisted it. But for the most part, most people who like your item are just liking it. They just like, oh, I might come back and buy this later, but most of the time they never do. So I would rather get that item out to new eyes and to people that are going to convert right away than people that are going to sit on it and think about purchasing it. So I hope that makes sense. I get why you don't want to delist and relist items with likes, but to be honest, most of those people that like your item probably aren't going to convert. And if they are, they're going to come back and find your item again anyway. They're looking specifically for your item. Next up, this is a good sale right here. These were just listed. These are women's K-Deer leggings. K-Deer, K/Deer. Let me show the label. That's what the label looks like right here. Boom, 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 boom. K-Deer leggings. They're like riding, made in the USA. Kayla always picks these up. These just were striped leggings. There was nothing crazy about these. If these were Athleta, these would have sat in the store forever. But because these are K-Deer, they sold really quickly. They took like 2 days to sell for $24.99 plus ship. You had measurements for your listing? Yeah, measurements are always in the photos and in the description. I use Nifty to create my listings for me. So I take photos of my items, including the measurements, and then Nifty takes those photos and generates them into a listing. And then from there, I just make sure everything's correct in the listing, including the measurements and the description, because sometimes they're off by a little bit. And yeah, so not only can the buyer see the measurements in the photos, but they can also see it if they read the description as well. I used to only do in the description, but now I do both. My sister-in-law is looking to make a few bucks, and I have a monstrous death pile. How much per piece would you recommend I pay her? It's a good question. There's lots of ways to pay a person for photos. The most efficient way, Daniel, is to pay them per piece because it makes them work harder, right? They only get paid for as many pieces as they're doing. So if you pay them per hour and they only do one piece in an hour, then you just paid them hourly and you lost money on that piece most likely. So what I would do is I would start low, maybe 50 cents to $1 per listing, somewhere around that price point, probably closer to 50 cents per listing, and see how many she does in an hour. And if she does really, really good, and she's efficient and she starts getting faster, then you start paying her more because that means she's even going to go more faster. So start low and then work your way up. 50 cents to $1 per listing, I think is a proper price to do photos. Also, it depends on how much of the listing is she doing. Is she just doing the photos, or is she doing the photos and is she uploading them into something like Nifty, or is she creating the entire title structure too? Because you have to count all that into effect. Like if she's taking the photos and creating the whole listing, then you should pay her more per item because she's doing more work on that item. But whatever you're comfortable with, that's what I would say. You could always go up, you can't really go down. So start where you're comfortable. And then if she's really good at what she does, then you can always pay her a little bit more, and then she's more inclined to do more work for you. I just sold a shirt, Tommy Bahama shirt. Yep, sold Tommy Bahama shirt. It says 15 minutes ago. Why is it just, oh, it's because I just refreshed the page. That's right. Well, I sold another shirt. That's 18 orders in like the last 24 hours on eBay. That's insane. I don't know what's going on with eBay right now, but I like it. Keep it coming, eBay. Another Ralph Lauren shirt right here. This is a lol. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is a long sleeve shirt. Nice blue plaid. Anytime I get these blue plaids, I always list them a little bit higher. This one sold for $24.99 plus ship. Just photos, yeah, I would do 50 cents. I'd start at 50 cents probably per listing, and you can always work your way up. That's what I would do. I pay my daughters 50 cents to do tie photos for me. Also, you can do like, if you have somebody, if somebody's thinking of hiring somebody, you could always look for like kiddos in your neighborhood that are looking to make some money, and they're good at doing photos and they love getting paid. So, all Should I have to pay my son $1 for each item photographed, not even listed? Yeah, dollar is just for photos. $1 is fine. And he's your son too, so you can pay him a little bit more if you really wanted to. Just like as your sister-in-law, you can pay her a little bit more. It's different than paying somebody like you don't know that's just coming to take photos for you. And I get why you would increase that, but you gotta think like this Ralph Lauren shirt, I made around a $12 profit on, $12 to $15 profit, somewhere around there. If I give them $1 each, that's a good percentage of my profit that I'm just giving away for the photos portion. So, do you pay to promote on eBay? I promote everything at 9% right now. I just upped it to 9% because I upped it to 9% about a month ago because my sales were dipping during summer slowdown. Now, as we get closer to wintertime and sales are going to increase organically because people are looking for stuff around that season, I'm going to drop that promotion rate because there's no reason to promote during that season if people are already going to the platforms and looking for stuff. You mentioned you could buy additional lights for your photo box behind you. Is the same ones that come with. I can't find them. I checked your page. I don't have them linked. But I'm sure somewhere on Amazon you can find the lights in the light box that are in the light box. I'm sure they're on Amazon somewhere. I actually have additional ones from my old light box, but they've got to sell replacement lights for those somewhere on the internet. I thought I saw them at one point on Amazon because I remember looking them up, but this was probably like a year or two ago. So I don't have the exact page for you right now, but I'm sure Amazon sells everything, so I'm sure they do. Does a promotion help on eBay? Yes, promoted listings does help on eBay. Does push your listings higher in the search, which helps more people see it. You do pay an extra fee to get those items sold though, so just keep that in mind. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a men's XLT short sleeve polo shirt. This was picked up from TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This one sold for 45 bucks. 45 buckaroos. All right, that one's gonna slide in and ship out. Probably next month, beginning of September is probably when I'll drop that promotion rate down to 7%. I'll keep it at 9% for the rest of this month and then drop it. What's your normal? 7%. 7%. I was doing 5% for a while. I saw a really big dip at 5% and I increased it to 7%, and I increased it from 5% to 9%. I saw a huge increase in sales when I did that. The reason I did it is because Surfs does it, so I was talking back and forth with him, and then I recently dropped it to 7%. I was having some good success at 7% in the beginning of this year, but then summer slowdown took effect, and once summer slowdown hit, I had to increase the rate back up to start getting more sales. They sell replacement lights on the manufacturer's Amazon site where you buy the light box. I bought extra. There you go. So the actual site where you buy the light box, the actual what is it called? I forget the name of this thing. Conscene. If you go to Conscene, you can find the exact lights on their site. You probably just click on their name and you can go through their whole store on Amazon, find it that way. Appreciate that help, Jay Vella. Yeah, if you buy like 1 or 2 more lights, you should have way more than enough lighting in there. Another Ralph Lauren shirt. This one was just listed too. It's a Ralph Lauren Blake, and it's got that nice red and green plaid, like Christmas plaid. This one, again, I list these a little bit higher because these are more sought after colorways. The ones that pop, you know, the buffalo plaids, the Christmas plaids, anything like that. Like, I can see somebody like seeing the colors and being like, ooh, that's a nice shirt. I raise those. If this was just a plain green shirt, then I would keep it at $22.99. But $24.99 plus ship on that one, full price sale, and it sold really, really quick. That one's going out for 11 ounces. Appreciate you hanging out, Joy. Appreciate all the questions. I love answering the questions while I'm shipping items. I almost said shipping answers. While I'm shipping items. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to drop them in the chat. Next up, we have what is this? Lululemon pants. Men's Lululemon pants. These sold for $31.50. It's a nifty offer. Nifty sent out a 10% on offer, and this person accepted. Nice little sale. Men's Lululemon pants. I think I grabbed these at a Goodwill, and I believe I paid $7 for these. Well, no, $8. $7.96 now at Goodwill. Actually, Goodwill just raised their prices again. But you know why they raised their prices, chat? It's because Florida has the tax-free month. So what Goodwill decided to do is, because Florida is doing tax-free for the entire month on clothing, Goodwill raised their prices in their store by like 20 to 30% per item. So that way they can capture that extra savings and make a little bit of money while doing so. So if somebody were to buy an item for $8, you normally get charged 7% tax where I am. So that would be 56 cents. So what they did was they raised the prices by 30 cents. So that way the person still gets tax free, but they make an extra 30 cents and you save an extra 20 cents. That's what Goodwill did. That is the most scammiest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. Because everybody else is getting a deal on taxes, you decide to increase the prices of your items. That makes no sense, but that's what Goodwill does. That's Goodwill for you. I know by saying this, it's going to make it stop, but I haven't listed in a few months, and I am still selling things on eBay without Nifty. Nice, that's good. I mean, keep. How many items are you selling per day, Jennifer? That's what I want to know. I think if you actively listed and you use something like Nifty, I think you could increase your sales for sure. I think if I stopped using Nifty for a year, I'd probably still get sales consistently, but using Nifty and actively listing, you're going to see way more sales. Yeah, I think that's no question. One more question: do you promote everything or just certain things? I sell all clothing, pretty much. So I promote everything at 9%. I just have an automated promotion campaign. So as soon as my items are listed, they automatically promote at 9%, and yeah, they automatically promote at 9%. So I don't have to worry about when anything gets relisted by Nifty or something like that. It just automatically promotes 9%. Lily Blitzer women's shorts. I think Kayla actually wore these, maybe? No, maybe not. Lily Blitzer shorts, these just sold for 15 bucks. This is an older listing. I took a best offer just to get these to move. Just to get these in and out the door. In and out the door. I didn't look deep enough into the light into last night. Just found them via searching their store. Nice. So they do have the lights. They do have the lights on their storefront. That's awesome. Easy peasy. Yeah, these are super old Lily Pulitzer listing. Glad to see these gone. These have been listed for way too long. Trying to get rid of a lot of the older stuff. A lot of the older stuff I've listed, as soon as I get an offer on them, I'm just getting them in and moving them, getting them out the door. What are some mistakes you made when first started reselling? That's a good question. Mistakes I made when first started reselling. Here's a good one. And now that it's perfect timing because you asked that as I was grabbing this item. This is a item that I picked up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Brand new with tag, TJ Maxx and Marshalls item. A lot of the mistakes I made in the beginning, especially when going to these kind of stores, is I would pick up items like this, but they were smaller sizes. I would get caught up by the brand. I would get caught up that they're new with tags and they were cheap. And I would go pick up like extra small men's Peter Millar shirts, and they would just sit in my stores forever. So I've really gotten smarter with the sizes and the brands that I'm picking up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and not just picking up stuff just because of the brand. And you'll do that a lot at Goodwill too. Like you'll go to Goodwill, you'll see a really good item, but it's a men's extra small, and you don't take into account that men's extra smalls typically don't sell very, very well. So be cautious of that. Make sure you're paying attention to sizes when you're picking things up, especially when it comes to men's. Women's too. Like a women's size 24 pair of mother jeans don't sell nearly as well as a size 32. So don't pay up for a size 24, but you might pay up for a size 32 because they're going to move quicker. So it's not a lot. I get one a day, but I have so much stuff going on. It's been difficult to do it all. Gotcha. Yeah, I think if you, like I said, I think if you list consistently and you use platforms like Nifty, if you need to use platforms like Nifty, you're going to see an increase in sales, obviously. Yeah. It's not just because you're not just seeing daily sales because you're not using Nifty. You're using daily sales because you have a lot of stuff actively listed. And I have a lot of stuff actively listed too, but if I stop using something like Nifty, if I stop consistently listing, I'm not going to get as many sales. So I don't know where the Nifty plays into that, but doesn't make sense to blame it on Nifty that you're getting daily sales without it. It doesn't make any sense. Do you keep track of cost basis on each item you buy, even if your cost base is 0? I used to keep it all in my custom SKU. I no longer put it in my custom SKU because I just keep track of receipts. The only reason I put in my custom SKU is for you guys when I'm selling an item, that you guys can know exactly what the item sold for and what I paid for it. But since I started using the the photo generation from Nifty, I've got to the point where I kind of forget to put the cost of goods in, and it got to the point where I was trying to struggle to remember what I paid for items. I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to show them what I sold the item for, and I use my receipts at the end of the year anyway. I just keep track of all my receipts. I put them into a spreadsheet, and then I give that to my tax advisor at the end of the year as my cost of goods. So the only reason I put that in there was for you guys to know exactly how much profit I was making, all that stuff. But yeah, for me and my business, I keep track of just my receipts at the end of the year. I think I scammed on Whatnot. I got a 2 5-piece lots of Etika jeans. I'm stuck with them because I can't seem to find the styles to authenticate. Thankfully, under $100. Bummer. Etika jeans, I think I know who you bought them from, and they wouldn't be fake. If you bought them from somebody on YouTube, which I think you bought them from them, they're not fake. But Etika jeans are not, they don't have good resale value. So that's probably why you can't find the styles anywhere, is because they don't have good resale value. There's not many listed and probably not as many sold. I remember I looked up Etika jeans when I saw this specific person selling them, and I looked it up and I was like, man, those don't really sell well. They're great for a personal if you're buying them for yourself. I mean, not everything on Whatnot has to be a resellable brand. Some things like ZK sells a ton of really niche products that don't have resale value, but she has the clientele to sell those products to. It's kind of like a boutique when she's selling on her platform. So it's no knock to people that don't sell resellable items, but that specific item, the reason you probably can't find it is because it doesn't have great resale value. Not a lot of people are listing them. These are quick sale right here. Polo Ralph Lauren kids shorts. Listed these just like 2 nights ago. They already sold for $22.50. Which options do you recommend on Nifty? It really depends on what you need. Grace, with us, we do the bundle plan because we like the automation tool and the fact we have analytics. We can create our listings on Nifty, all that stuff. We enjoy using that. So if you just need the automation tool, there's an automation tool specifically that you can pay for. There's the cross listing you can specifically pay for. And then if you buy both together, you get a bundle option, which saves you a little bit of money. So really just depends on what you need. I do have a video on YouTube. If you just type in Nifty on my YouTube channel, you scroll down to my videos, you'll see I have a full tutorial guide on Nifty. So feel free to watch that video, and I go over everything that Nifty offers. Have you ever used a clothing steamer? I have in the past. I had one, but to be honest, I used it like 1 or 2 times, and it does work very well. But it just got to the point where I was adding all this extra time to make sure my items looked really nice, and it wasn't increasing my sales price on my items. It was just making my items look nice. What I teach other people to do is make sure your cover photo looks good. As long as your cover photo looks good, it really doesn't matter what all the other photos look like. You've already brought the buyer into your listing via the cover photo. You've enticed them to buy your item. Now they're just looking at the other photos to see exactly what the item looks like. That's what I teach. So as long as your cover photo is good, and if you go through my eBay store, it's always linked in my link tree, which on Facebook is in my pinned post. On YouTube, it's in my bio. You can go through and see how all my shirts look. They look very, very uniform. Like this. Is this the next thing I'm going to ship out? I might as well ship this out. This is a photo. This is what brought this person into this listing, is this cover photo. Vintage Izod Lacoste. Cricket cable knit sweater. This was all created. This entire title structure was created by Nifty, by the way. I even left the size out on here accidentally, and it's still sold. But yeah, this is what sucks the person into the listing, is that cover photo. And then the rest of the photos, they look nice on this one, but it doesn't really matter how they look, to be honest. The person's brought in from this listing. And if you look up these Izod Lacoste sweaters, you'll see that there's a lot listed. And there's little sold, but this sold in like 3 days. And the reason I think it sold faster than the rest is because my photos look better than the rest. So you can increase your sell-through rate, I think, by taking better photos and attracting customers to your listings. That's what I teach. And clearly, all the people that are saying the title structure on Nifty matters, it doesn't matter. I don't even have the size in the title, and this still sold. You know why? Because the size is in the item specifics. So when somebody searched, I think this was a men's size large, yeah. And when somebody searched for men's large Izod Lacoste sweater, mine still popped up, even though it's not in the title. And I can prove to you how fast it sold, by the way. Let me see. I just listed this the other day because I was going to put this in a video. I was hoping this sold fast. Where's that? Vintage Izod Lacoste. There it is right there. Look how many days it took to sell this. me take your comment off the screen. Vintage Izod Lacoste took 2 days to sell. 2 days. I don't even have the size and the title. So for all those people that are being taught by other people saying like this is the title structure you have to use to sell items, it doesn't make any sense. Again, go look up those Izod Lacoste sweaters on eBay right now, and you'll see that there is way more listed in that same style than it is sold, but I sold mine in 2 days, and I think it's just specifically because of the photos that I use. What size of men's do you typically buy to resell quickly? Bigger sizes typically sell faster. So like, especially like big and tall sizes, because they're harder to find. You can't really go to outlet stores and stuff. You can go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and find big and tall Polo Ralph Lauren, but sometimes you got to hit 10 stores before you hit one that has any big and tall section. So because of that, those typically sell faster. They were skinny. They were skinnier jeggings. Can't seem to find Etika ever sold them. It was a female seller on Whatnot. Okay, then I don't know who you bought them from. But I don't think they're fake. Yeah, I don't ever pick up Etika, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you how to figure out exactly how to authenticate those, because Etika doesn't really sell well. So you keep track of what you say your total purchase from Goodwill, and give the cost basis to your accountant, even if the items all haven't sold. Yes, there's 2 ways to do your taxes. There's cash and accrual. I think what I use is the cash method. Again, I give all my stuff to my tax advisor because they're way more smarter on this. This is not tax advice, by the way, but you can either keep track of what you paid for your items, and then as you sell them, you use those as your cost of goods, or you can use your entire purchase for that entire year as your cost of goods. The only thing about that is if you buy something this year and you sell it next year, you use your cost of goods for last year's taxes. So just keep that in mind. Talk to your tax advisor. They'll be able to tell you whichever method is the best for you. You calculate your average profit per item from the total you spend per month or at the end of the year from all your receipts. Average profit per item is dependent on how much I paid for that item and what it's sold for. Most of the items I pick up, I remember what I paid for them, or I will put them in the cost of goods. That's what I used to do, so I know exactly how much my profit per item is. But yeah, I don't wait till the end of the year to do that. I'll just do that whenever I sell an item. On Levi's, when the inside logo is blacked out, does that have a meaning or anything? Levi's, when the inside logo is blacked out. I'm not sure. I'd have to see what you're talking about. I know sometimes there's Levi's that have, what do they call them? Like defects? What do they put on the inside? They don't put defect. They put another thing on the inside. I can't remember what it is. But anyways, sometimes when they have defects, they put a little stamp on the inside. But yeah, I'm not sure what the blacked out means. I'd have to see it to know. Can you give a monthly cost of Nifty, and do they have different levels? Yes, they do have different levels. I'll throw on the screen the pricing. I also have a discount code too. I'll throw in the chat here in just a second. Automation tool. It's right here. So that just gets you your automation tool, which is your sharing, your delist, relist, all that stuff is right here. Your cross listing tool is right here. So that's just cross listing. That's your inventory manager, and that's your sales analytics. So that portion is right here. So you can do one or the other, or you can do both and get a discount. The discount plan is right here. So either or, that is the pricing. Also, if you use my code, you get a discount. Let me go over to my discount code and I'll throw it in the chat. You get 15% off your first month with my discount code. And you get a 7-day free trial. So feel free to use it for 7 days. You don't have to commit to it. You just use it. If you don't like it, you don't have to. Irregular, that's the word I was looking for. Yes, thank you, chat. I knew it started with an I, but I was trying to remember it, and I was just like, yeah. Be careful when you buy them from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because sometimes they do have irregular stamps on the inside, and those are usually no good. I got one recently. I still listed it. It was a 3632, and on the back of the tag it said 3236. So they just swapped it, and that's why they put irregular. Everything else was perfect about the jeans. It was just the ink, whatever, however they stamp it, they stamped it incorrectly. A lady's cardigan listed for well over a year. It sold because it was similar to the one worn by Carol on the show. Leanne, many discussions about the show outfits on different fashion sites, found a new niche as seen on TV. There you go. Yeah, there's trends that happen. Like last year, I think it was last year or the year before, Taylor Swift, I think she wore something and then everybody was like out buying it. I think it was a pair of shoes or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I'm not a Swiftie like Surfs is, but whenever celebrities or things are trending, it's a good time to list those type items because that's when everybody's looking for them. Next up, we got a vintage Izod Lacoste. This I paid $45 for. I know some people will be like, you paid way too much for this, but I knew this was going to sell quick. I just had a feeling, like I said, the photos I took, it did have quite a few sales on eBay. They weren't like an amazing sell-through rate, but I knew winter's right around the corner. Obviously, sell-through rate right now is dependent on what has sold in the last 90 days, and things like this they weren't selling in the midst of summer. So I knew the sell-through rate would obviously increase, and I just couldn't leave it behind because it's such a cool piece. Izod Lacoste with the Lacoste logo on the front. It's that classic like cricket style with the stripes on the top of the neck right there. So this one sold for $95. It sold in 2 days. Some people would say that that's not worth picking up to them. Doesn't make sense paying up for that type of item. I say I couldn't leave it behind. It was just too cool of an item to leave behind. I don't know if this is gonna slide into the bag because this is kind of thick. She's thick, but yeah, sold for $95 in 2 days. Chat, I'm wondering, would you guys have picked this up for $45 at the thrift store, or would you have left it behind? And if you leave it behind, I'm not gonna say that you made a mistake, because some people, I mean, 45 was probably the max I would pay for this. Did I double my investment? No, I came close to doubling my investment, but the thing is, I sold them in 2 days, so that's the key with this. Sold it quickly, paid up for it, and sold it quickly. I found 2 pairs of Ralph Lauren pants for $4 each. They're 6XB, but for $4, I couldn't leave them. Yeah, 6XB is a pretty big size, but I think you'll have success selling those for sure. This one's going to ship out for £2. It's a big old package. Oh, and it's going internationally too. You know what that means, chat? I will never see this item again. I will never see it again, ever in my life. Never see it. By the way, the link to Nifty's in the chat for those of you who are interested in trying it out. Threw that one in the chat for you. What if you don't have a receipt anymore? Like I bought something 2 years ago for personal use. So talk to your tax advisor. Most tax advisors, again, this is not tax advice by any means. I think you should talk to a professional and they'll be able to help you with this. But most tax advisors would just say, guess around the price that you paid for it. Just don't be like, oh, I bought, this poncho shirt for $1,000. So that way it knocks your taxes down. Don't do that. Because if they ever audit you, they're going to be like, please show us how you paid $1,000 for a poncho shirt. Just estimate, like this poncho shirt retails for $100+. I probably, if I didn't remember what I paid for it, I'd probably say like, oh, I probably paid like around $30 to $40 for it to resell. That's accurate. But don't be egregious with it. That's what most tax advisors would tell you. Just guesstimate what you paid. To be honest, if you are a new reseller and you don't really sell too much in a year, you don't really have to be super accurate with those numbers because you're probably not going to pay much taxes anyway. You'll probably end up getting a refund at the end of the year, especially if you work another job. So they don't really care too much about that. But yeah, talk to a tax advisor. They'll be able to help you. A tax professional, not some dumb guy that sells you shit online. This is a poncho shirt, by the way, brand new with tags. You guys see these like every live now. I'm almost sold out of this. This one sold for $50 in and out the door. In and out of the door. Discount only works if you're new to Nifty. Yes, that's a new affiliate. That's how all affiliate codes work. You wouldn't be able to get a new discount every single time, every single month. That wouldn't make any sense for Nifty. But yes, only new users. That's why when people ask questions about it and they're new, I throw that discount code in the chat. But you do get to use it for 7 days for free for all new users. Same as Whatnot codes too. Whenever I give out a Whatnot code, you can't just continuously get the $15 off because again, that wouldn't make sense for Whatnot. Everybody would just never spend their own money and just get a bunch of $15 codes. So yes, it's only for new users, but that's pretty self-explanatory. I sent a local friend a discount code for Nifty and he could get started on there and save. Nice. Let's go. Make a little bit extra money. You might as well. Hangers in 5 minutes. Let's go. Trisha's got hangers coming. Hangers coming in 5 minutes. I'll have to post it as soon as I see it. I'll stop what I'm doing and post it on my socials because I know a lot of you are interested in those hangers and they're probably going to sell out very fast. What's up, Trisha? Welcome in. I would pick it up. Yes, I would pick it up. Good. You can pay up for some stuff. It's okay. I get it why people wouldn't pay up for some items. That's pretty pricey. $45 for a pre-owned sweater is pretty pricey, but it's so cool. It's a vintage Izod Lacoste. I've seen one of those before. I made a video on it too because I ended up passing it up, but I've seen only one of those before. That one was actually older than the first one that I've seen. So I had to pick it up. I had to not make that mistake again. Polo Ralph Lauren Harrington jacket. These don't sell as well as they used to. These used to go for really, really good money. Nowadays, you're only going to get $30 to $40, maybe $50 in the middle of winter. but harder to move. Just be careful paying up for these because again, they're a cool item. It's hard to pass these up in thrift stores, but you're not going to make as much money as you used to be able to make. So what's your Whatnot Show name? It's Kayway Shop, KAYWAYSHOP. On all platforms, I have the same handle. And then if you need a discount code for that, I'll throw that in the chat really quick too in just a second. Let me ship this out. You'll get $15 off your first purchase if you sign up for Whatnot through my link. There's no catches. It's not like you have to pay money to get money. They basically are just saying, thanks for signing up for a new account. Here's $15 for free. And we have a show in less than an hour. 55 minutes we got a show. How long do you give your inventory to sell? What time frame? Like a month, 2 months or so. Sometimes some things I leave listed for longer than a year. It just really depends on the item. Lately, I've been trying to move older inventory quicker by doing sales and things like that. But I don't really have a set plan. Like this item has to sell within this specific time frame, or I just get rid of it. I never get rid of items, by the way. I always just I'll discount them until they sell. The good thing about thrifting, when you buy your inventory, you're getting it so cheap that even if you discounted it half off, usually you can still make some kind of money on that piece. So that's my answer to that. I don't really have a specific day or time or anything like that I get rid of inventory. I know other sellers do. They have like a markdown schedule, and if it doesn't sell on the last markdown, then they just get rid of it. I don't do that with my stuff. I just found a Masters collection, rain suit size large. Masters green. Peter, you make sure it's not an older piece. If it's an older piece, you might have a freaking gem on your hand. Vintage Masters green jackets can go for insane money. I'd have to see the jacket to know, but that you might have yourself a absolute gem with that. You have to let me know what you found. Send me a picture later. I'm intrigued. Your new light box isn't set for overhead shots, is it? No, you can't take overhead shots from the top. Yeah, the light box, when I stand in front of it, I only reach about here, so you can't take the overhead shots, but you can take lower level shots down there. So if you're taking like shoe photos, you can do all your shoe photos down at the bottom, hard goods all down at the bottom. All my cover photos are done on the bottom, so you can still take those photos down there. But I get it, you want that nice overhead shot. So if you're taking a photo of like a Xbox controller and you can block out all the light coming in and then you take it from the top, it usually looks a little bit better. It's been a crazy hectic morning, but once I get my desk in a minute, they'll be posted. Let's go. Where will the hangouts be posted here? They'll be on listed.net, LYST. I'll actually, when she posts them, since I'll still be live, I'll post a link in the live for you guys, and I'll give you guys like 10 minutes to check out really quick before I post it to my social. So those of you who are here watching, you'll get first dibs. And then if they sell out, I don't ever have to post it, and then people don't get mad and they won't know that they were posted. Where will I buy one of those hangers? Yeah, as soon as she posts it, I'll drop the link in the chat. Yeah, as soon as they're posted. It's on listed.net, LYSTIT.net. It's the posting now there. Okay, hold on. I'll find them. All listings. Search. Boom, boom, boom. Command C. And use, Trisha, put your discount code in the chat, so people can use your discount code. That's the link to the hangers. I just put it in the chat. That's Trisha's hangers on Listit, and she's gonna put her discount code in the chat, and then I'm gonna put it, oh, it's Trisha77. So this is her discount code. That's her discount code. So if you're first time checking out on Listit, you're gonna use code Trisha77. And that is going to get you $5 off your purchase. So free $5. It also gives her $5 credit to use on the platform as well. So gives her a little bit of money to spend on the platform for free, gives you a discount. It's a win-win for everybody. So the hangers are officially live, and the link is in the chat right now. So when are you moving out? I'm moving September 15th. As long as everything goes through fine, you'll be helping me move on September 15th. That's what's happening. September 15th. Next up, Untuck It shirt. I told you guys I sell one of these every 2 days. I sold one every single day in the last 4 days, I believe it's been. Untuck It shirt, men's 2XLT, 2 extra large tall, $24.99 is what this one sold for. It was listed for only like 2 weeks. Go take care of some paperwork. Thanks, buddy. Love you. Bye. Okay. Peace out, Trisha. Everybody go buy Trisha's hanger. Whatever doesn't sell during this live, I will post to my socials. So you guys get first dib again. If you need a hanger, you've been begging me for a hanger. Her hangers are available. They're handmade from another reseller. So not only are you supporting another reseller, but you're getting yourself a nice hanger that will hold up to all the banging around and dropping and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about this hanger breaking. It is a very, very durable hanger. That's why it's priced the way it's priced. Handmade, they make it themselves. So got it. Of course, it's a Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. So sorry, Ethan. Pack all your orders early on Sunday night. You don't have to be there right. Well, I don't know exactly what time we're moving because we have to close on our house and then close on the other house same day. So it's probably not going to be till mid-afternoon that we're actually moving. So you don't have to be there right away. And you're closer to where we live than where we currently live. So that makes sense. So your drive isn't going to be as bad as mine. So links in the chat. Let me throw it back in there. That's the link right there. Just threw it back in the chat. It should be right below your comment. Should be the link for it. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren men's twill pants, brand new with tags. These have been listed for a while. I don't know why these took so long to sell because I had these priced aggressively, but maybe they just got lost in the algorithm and I don't know. But they sold for $35. So maybe it's the pink. Maybe people don't like pink pants, but they like pink shirts. I don't know. Didn't make sense how long these sat for, but they finally sold. Took a best offer on those. Shipping out for £2. She's already sold 2 hangers. She's already sold 3 hangers. I haven't posted them yet. You guys get first dibs. So if you're hanging out in the chat, you're getting first dibs on the hangers. So it says her code's invalid. I can't help you with that. She gave me the code. You can use my code KWayShop if you want to, if it's not working. Also, Danny, if you've already bought something on List It, the code won't work. If you've already bought something on District or List It, your code won't work. Her code. So I think you've already bought something on there, and that's why the code would be invalid. But make sure you use her code if you can't. If it'll let you. Next up, Vertex pants. Vertex. Don't pick up this brand. This one has been listed for quite a long time. Looked it up in the store. It looked like it was selling pretty well, but it's been sitting. Also, I thought this was a men's pair and it ended up being a women's pair. So that's why it probably sat and took a while to sell. Oh, I have another pair of jeans I got to grab. Oh, you got it, Danny? Okay, cool. Got it to work. Another hanger just sold. You guys are getting first dibs. I think she said she has 17 available. So if you're on the fence, you have a little bit of time to think. Once I post it to my pages, good luck. Last time we sold out in an hour. So you guys get first dibs because I like you guys more because you're here. You're not there, you're here. I've been selling 3 to 4 items on Poshmark weekly, but I know I could do better using more than one platform. I never get Nifty to work. You got to reach out to Nifty support. Tony, reach out to Nifty support. Let them know what's happening. You can't fix it until you reach out to support. Got 2 hangers. Let's go. Reach out to support, Tony. They will help you set up your entire account. They're really, really good about getting back to you and letting you know what you have wrong with your account, what you have set up wrong. To be honest, I don't really know how you can't get Nifty to work because it's pretty straightforward. Especially if the only thing I can think is you don't have eBay business policies, and that's why you can't cross list to eBay. That's the only complaint I ever hear, but Nifty can't do anything about that. You have to create a business policy to be able to cross list. That's the same with all sites. So again, reach out to Nifty and they'll be able to help you set up your account and get you set up and started. So purchase done. I bought 2. Let's go. You guys have bought 2? Holy cow. That's super, super generous of you guys. And I'm sure Trisha appreciates that because that's less shipping that she has to do. So got 1. Let's go. You guys are going to sell out and you're going to make everybody on my Facebook and Instagram mad because they're going to be like, I thought you said you were going to post about this. Like, yeah, I did, but it happened during the live. So you got to be on the lives to know when these things drop. I'm going to get yelled at. Trisha, you better be making more hangers. I'm about to get yelled at. Thanks for the tip. No problem. Appreciate you guys supporting Trisha. Again, that goes to Trisha. That helps her. Lore behind Trisha's hanger is I made that hanger in a video. I saw Rally Roots video and how they made one. So I made a video showing how I made a hanger from scratch, literally using cardboard. I think you guys seen that video last week. And then Trisha saw that video and hit me up and was like, hey, I can make that hanger out of wood. My husband can do it, and I'd love to give you one. And she literally sent me the hanger for free. I ended up paying her something for the hanger because I couldn't let her just do that for free. And then she was like, hey, my husband's thinking about making these. Is it cool that we make these? I was like, absolutely. Like, I don't care if you make those. It doesn't make any sense why I would tell you not to make those. And then I started pushing them in my TikTok lives, and literally we would sell out just like this. Like she would post that she has some available. She'd make 10. She'd sell them all super fast. And I wouldn't take any commission. She'd try to pay me, and I'd be like, no, I'm not going to take any commission. And then I started doing this listed platform after we sold probably hundreds of hangers for her, and didn't take any money for them. She did buy us lunch like once or twice when she came down and we went up there, but then we came out with List It, and it was a perfect partnership. She lists them on List It. I make a small commission off of them now. She's able to sell them faster because she's not having to take PayPal and stuff like that. But do good things for people without any expectation in return, and it'll all work out in the end. And it's a beautiful relationship we have, us and Trisha. We love Trisha. So that's how it all got started. So what is Nifty? It's a cross-listing analytics tool, shares your Poshmark closet, sends out offers, all that stuff. Nifty. It's this right here. This thing is nifty. This is what I use. All my inventory. I can create listings from here via AI, so I can upload photos, and that's exactly how I created this listing. As I uploaded photos, it created listings for me. I have the analytics tool, which goes over all my sales, keeps track of profit and loss, and then I have the dashboard, which does sharing, sends out offers, follows people back, recreates listings, does all that stuff. Nifty's like your worker bee, basically. I have but only got email response. Well, that's how they would respond to you, Tony. When you message them, they're going to message you back through email, and just let them know what's happening. Like, hey, I can't seem to, like, let them know what's going on. Like you said earlier, but I can't get Nifty to work. Like, what can't you get to work on Nifty? I don't. Can you not hook up your platforms to Nifty? Are you able to hook up your platforms, but you're not able to cross list? Are you able to cross list to some sites, but not other sites? Like, you have to fully explain like what's going on. If you're just not able to, like, are you not able to log in? Like, you got to give Nifty something to try to help you out. Because I think most people in the chat would probably say they probably got Nifty to work within the first like 10 minutes. So there's got to be something. It's something that you're doing wrong to Nifty, not Nifty doing something wrong to you. It's just probably a setting you have messed up on Nifty. One for me, one for eBay. Just kidding. Nice purchase. Finally, let's go. Yay. How many has sold? I have my phone turned off. So we have sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hangers. I think she has 17 available, which means she has 9 left. So if you're thinking you're on the fence about the hanger link, I think I still have it in here, right? Yeah, the hanger link is right there. So you can go buy one if you want one. If not, I'm going to post it to my Facebook here shortly. How can I send you a picture? Send it to me on Instagram if you have an Instagram, because they don't have messaging really on YouTube. At least I don't think they do. Do you think it's better to retake old photos of items I already have listed, or continue to list new items? I think it's better to list new items, and then if you ever run out of new items to list, then you can go back and rephoto the items that you currently have listed if you need to update those photos. I think it's always good to just keep listing new items and not going back and fixing those old ones. By the way, Photo Room reached out to me today, so you might see a partnership video probably within the next couple weeks of Photo Room. Photo Room is a good option for those of you who are like Brittany, who have old photos that you might still have saved on your camera roll that you can take and redo via Photo Room and then re-upload and make your photos look a lot better. Even if they look bad now, you can white out the background, add shadows and things like that, and it'll make your photos look really good. So I'm going to be partnering with them hopefully within the next couple weeks, probably after the move. I'm trying to list men's vintage clothes on eBay, but when I click the condition, it's blank screen. I can't list because of it. Do you have any idea how to fix this? What you can do is try to create a new listing. Maybe that specific page has an error right now. Just start over from scratch and see if that fixes it. If it doesn't, I'm not really sure. I've never had a condition like blanked out for something. Add a title, add your photos, and you should be able to add condition in there afterwards. I don't know why it would blank out for you. You use capital letters for the code. It's invalid lowercase. Got you. Okay. No lowercase. Trisha all uppercase. Trisha 77 all uppercase. I couldn't cross list. I'm computer illiterate. Yeah, reach out to Nifty. They'll be able to walk you through. Also, watch my tutorial guide on YouTube. I have a tutorial guide on YouTube showing exactly how to set up Nifty, how to get it to work. I'm going to throw it in the chat for you, Tony. Content, Nifty. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Hold on. There it is right there. I try to share the old one. You don't want the old one. You can't even watch it anymore unless you have my link. Get shareable link. This right here is the YouTube video. Go watch that YouTube video and it'll show you exactly how to use Nifty and set everything up. If you watch that video and you're still having issues, then reach out to Nifty and see if they can walk you step by step through it. But that video is a step-by-step process to setting up Nifty. On your light box, is a light on top or is it just on the sides and the top? Top and the sides. Top and the sides. Let me see really quickly. I think that comes with 6 lights, right? Yeah, 2 here, 2 there. So 2 on each side, 2 on the top. I got to grab an item that's sold too. 2 on the sides, 2 on the top. Is this the right item? Back to orders. Is this the right one? 3632, 550s. Yeah, this is the right one. Yeah, 2 on the sides, 2 on the top. Like somebody said earlier, and like I said earlier too, you can buy additional lights on the actual Conscene site. So go through my link tree really quick. Click on the light box. It'll take you to the actual listing for these light boxes, and then click on the Conscene name. It should be at the top, like right hand corner, and from there you should be able to go through and see the lights. You can buy additional lights if you need them. That's why I use Photo Room Game Changer. Photo Room is exactly how I create all of my social media posts. So I love Photo Room. I know it's not for everybody, but it does enhance your photos. And if you ever wanted to make social media posts, Photo Room is excellent. Oh, these are Levi's size 36, 32 black jeans. I just listed these yesterday. Always list Levi's black jeans a little bit higher because they sell a little bit better. This one sold for $24.99 plus ship. 99% of your problems, 99% of your problems, your platforms aren't connected. Yeah, if your platforms aren't connected, you won't be able to cross list. So you just got to hook up your platforms first, and then you should be able to cross list. Like once your platforms are hooked up to Nifty, pretty much you should be able to do everything from there. The only thing that limits you is if you don't have if you like download all of your Poshmark listings and then you try to cross list to eBay and you don't have business policies. That's the only reason why it wouldn't work. And then you just go to my YouTube channel and watch the business policies video, and within 10 minutes you'll have business policies set up. And then you should be able to cross list. But that's not just a Nifty thing. That's all cross listers do the same exact thing. And Nick's right. Most likely your platforms just aren't hooked up yet. You got to go into your account and hook up all your platforms, and then you should be able to do everything. I just started Nifty this week and it paid for itself in 2 days with Depop and Poshmark. I'm enjoying. Thank you for always stressing to use it. Yes, there you go. No, that's not a paid advertisement. That is straight from a reseller's mouth right to you guys. Yeah, Nifty pays for itself very, very fast, especially if you have quite a few items listed and you download all your inventory and you start cross-listing like to platforms you're not listed on yet. Just think. Nifty, even if you pay for the $70 plan, right? It's expensive. It's like, oh, $70 is a lot. But let's say your average profit per unit is just $7. Let's just say it's just $7, or not $7, $10 per unit. Let's just say that's average. That's bread and butter items. You're picking up bread and butter items, and that's pretty much what you can find in your area. You only have to sell 7 of those on another platform that you weren't listed on for Nifty to pay for itself. That's what you got to think about. Yeah, so just think of it that way. You're going to sell 7 items on one of those platforms. Just for example, if you're on only eBay and you cross list to Poshmark, yesterday I had 3 sales on Poshmark. So technically I only have to sell 4 more items. And if my profit margin is just $10 per unit, that's it. That's a low profit margin. Nifty will pay for itself in 7 items. So it's expensive, but it's also inexpensive when you think about it that way. And it's like it's doing all this extra work for you that you don't have to do now. It takes all that load off your plate, so that way you can focus on making more money elsewhere. And yes, there is an upfront time to cross-list all your items, so you are going to spend like a day cross-listing all your stuff. But then after it's cross-listed, it's up, and then you can, your automation, all that stuff is automatically being done for you. You don't have to worry about sending out offers. You don't have to worry about delisting, relisting anymore. That takes care of all that for you, so now you can go make money elsewhere. It's like paying for an employee. Yeah, Nick's trying to help you, Tony. Read that on the screen that Nick just put in. And that's my last order that I'm gonna be shipping out today too. I have one more Tommy Bahama shirt, but I'm gonna grab that. It sold during the live, so I didn't grab it yet. So then click account connections will pop up. So just watch enough of you and surfs to give it a shot. Have about 500 items listed currently. That's how I thought about it. Nice. Yes, 500 items is a good, really, really good starting point. There's some people that are on the fence because they only have 100 items listed or 150. That's where you're like, oh, will it pay for itself? And I get that. But when you have 500 items, it almost like no brainer to sign up for it. All right, I appreciate you guys hanging out. In 30 minutes, we're going to be live on Whatnot. If you're a reseller, feel free to come and steal from us. We're just trying to clear out a bunch of stuff. I really don't care what this stuff goes for. I'm probably just going to do 5-second sudden death and just blow all this stuff out. It's all really good stuff. I even have like new with tag pieces in today's show. So we're literally clearing stuff out so that way we don't have to ship or we don't have to move this stuff from our house to another place. So if you haven't signed up for Whatnot, there's always a link in my bio. Sign up, you get $15 for free. You can use it on today's show. You'll probably be able to haul out and get a couple items for free. That's all I have. I have a video ready to go for yesterday's order pool video. I was supposed to put it out yesterday, but then I got caught up with sending an escrow payment at the end of the day and having to call multiple people to figure out where the escrow payment was supposed to be sent. So yesterday was kind of stressful. At the end of the day, I didn't get that out, but I will get it out today. It's fully edited. I just have to add not fully edited. I got to add a voiceover to it. So making Nifty affordable. I just canceled 3 of my streaming apps I rarely use. Save 30. Nice. Let's go. That's smart. That's smart. Can you tell us how to set a promotion on eBay? Yeah, I'll do that really quick. Promoted is in your advertising dashboard. I think it's in your advertising dashboard. You go up to dashboard. You hit your advertising. You hit dashboard. You hit create new campaign. Create new campaign. It's going to open up this page and you're going to put promote your listings and then you're going to follow step by step on promote your listings right here. You'll go through and add your promotion, add all your items that you want to promote in it. If you want to just promote your whole store, you'll select that. And then you add your promotional rate and it's going to be a flat rate across the board. That's the option you're going to pick. It's flat rate across the board. And then your items are automatically promoted as soon as Nifty delist and relist, or as soon as you do a delist and relist, your items will automatically promote at that rate. So yep, Nick's got it. Nick's a smart guy. I like Nick. He's Nick's level-headed. I can just tell by the chat that Nick is level-headed. I like it. Where are you at in Florida? I'm in the Tampa Bay area. All right, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes over on Whatnot. If you want to join us there, you'll probably see it on YouTube Live and Facebook Live too. So if you just want to hang out in that chat, just understand I can't see your chats from Facebook or YouTube. So you got to hop over to Whatnot if you want to talk back and forth while we're doing live, and feel free to come in and just chat. I like that too. So appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you